Council agenda, Township Parsippany-Troy Hills, Township Council agenda meeting of July 8th, 2025. Introduction, posting of notice. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Law by filing the notice in the office of the Township Clerk and by posting the meeting notice on the bulletin board at the Municipal Building on December 2nd, 2024, where it has remained posted since that date. A legal notice appeared in the Daily Record and the North Star Ledger on December 6th, 2024. Can I ask everyone to please stand for the flag salute?
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Mr. Hernandez.
Here.
Mr. McGrath.
Here.
Mr. Karifi.
Here.
And Mr. Neglia.
Here.
Also in attendance are Mayor James Barbario, Business Administrator Jamie Cryan, Township Attorney Michael Lavery, and Municipal Clerk Colette Madden. Council President, we have a quorum. Can we begin?
Yes, please.
Upcoming meetings, 7/22/25 at 7 p.m. is a regular meeting, 8/5/25 at 7 p.m. is the agenda meeting. At this time, I'd like to ask the council to quickly review the ordinances, second reading, that will be on for a vote at the next meeting. Seeing there's no questions from council, at this time we'll move along to public session. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to open up the public session.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Okay, the floor is open to the public. You can speak on any matter. Please state your name prior to speaking, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Bernie Clarkin. I'd like to speak about the two redevelopment plans that are on the agenda today, even though they're going to be voted on next week, because next meeting, I'm not sure if I'll be here or not. So I'm going to start with the 169 Lackawanna redevelopment plan. Back in February, I attended a Parsippany Town Council meeting when this first appeared on the council agenda to express my concerns about giving this property special treatment for redevelopment. I said that if the ordinance contained the wording about area in need of redevelopment, or if the attorney was John Inglesino, then this was headed toward another pilot program. I am pro redeveloping Parsippany. I know large vacant office buildings need to be redeveloped, and putting a warehouse here is fine, which I think is what the intention is. The street has other big warehouses. I just say don't do a pilot. When I talked at the last meeting, in the February meeting, the mayor ignored my concerns about the pilot, but said that it was not a John Inglesino job. Well, I found out by doing a little online research that the law firm handling it has a relationship with the Inglesino law firm. One of the Inglesino partners, Justin Marchetta, has a father who's a senior member of the firm, Dave Pitney. There's nothing illegal here, but law firms can bring in other law firms for various reasons. But come on, it seems like an open secret that this goes on here. Now that the primary is over, this redevelopment plan is back to be voted on. The next step will be to award a pilot. I've seen this before. So I would ask the council members to take all this into account when this comes to a vote, presumably at the next meeting. Moving on to the 4 Gate Hill Drive redevelopment plan. Once again, I see a pilot coming. Every time we have a redevelopment plan passed here, it turns into a pilot a few months later. I am in favor of redeveloping this old office property, and apartments make perfect sense here. I know the location, it's not that far from my house. The problem is the pilot, and there is one coming. Builders are building apartments in other towns without pilots, and we are a desirable town. It's only in Parsippany where pilots are the norm. The builder gets a big tax rate with a pilot, which comes out of the school district budget, while the town actually gets a little extra money. This is another John Inglesino job. And by the way, the owner of the current office building conveniently made a nice $2,600 contribution to the mayor's primary campaign back in December 2003. So I would say this has been brewing for a while. Once again, I urge the council to consider all this when it comes up for a vote. Thank you. If you have any comments.
Mr. Clark, and I can tell you that the neighborhood that butts up to Four Gate Hole, or that is closest to Four Gate Hole, had a meeting with that developer. The plan that is proposed for that location is high-end condos. There is no pilot. No pilot. High-end condos.
Okay.
No pilot.
Then that'll be good if that's what happens. Thank you.
Bob Venezia, Parsippany. I also wanted to speak about the redevelopment ordinances on the agenda, but now that we know that Gate Hall is not a pilot, I won't say anything about that. I'm happy. As far as the other 169 Lackawanna, I would like to know what the purpose and the size of the buildings that are being planned for that address, the 169 Lackawanna. And is there any available information to the public about this project? I would like to know if the owners have indicated that they will be applying for a pilot. And I would like to know if there's enough support on the town council to add an ordinance to the town council agenda for a pilot at 169 Lackawanna Avenue. Why get the public riled up and risk the possibility of another pilot insurrection at the PAL if you know now that a pilot at this location does not have the support of the council? Thank you.
Let me answer that. I don't think there's been any pilot requested on that property. The developer can request one at any time, and then it would have to come before the council. So I'm not aware of any requested pilot on that property. It's zoned for a warehouse, so I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Have those plans gone to the planning board from the warehouse perspective?
I don't, well, they would have had to approve this before it came to
Right.
us.
So Bob, you can
all of
go.
this stuff would be on file.
Yeah, Bob, you can go to the planning board to get what the design for the warehouse is, but we
Right.
built into this one specifically that they won't touch the woods behind it.
But it's
So I think
just
it
a
was
warehouse, there's no...
Just a warehouse, yep. So it's staying within the confines of the parking lot, the building that's there today. So we did work into our ordinance here that we will not allow them to rip down the woods that's there. So trying to avoid what happened to the folks over in Denville where they destroyed it. But again, I'll reiterate, there's no one's requested a pilot to me or to anybody else to my knowledge.
It hasn't come before planning board yet.
Okay, but the plan,
Yes.
when does the plan come before the planning board, Judy?
The redevelopment plan went in front of the...
But I mean, they haven't come with
Very
the
neat.
application to testify, the engineers and stuff yet. Just,
So Bob, the planning board's where they'll show the actual plans for the site, and it'll go through a series of,
But am I correct that,
you could look at the plan.
if they ask for a pilot, that, you know, if you don't have any, if there's no support on the council, you don't even have to put it on the agenda?
I'd say that's probably true, yeah.
Council President,
Everything goes to the council president, so even if there is support, just so you know, council president can determine that it's not on the agenda, but generally, if you have support, we do put it on the agenda. And of course, we also speak to the administration about that too. So it is a team effort between the council and administration when things do go on the agenda, along with myself on the last piece as the clerk.
All right.
Council President,
Go ahead.
there's been, the redevelopment plan was part of the council packets on a number of occasions, I believe, and part of the planning board packets. We're talking about a building that was 86% vacant. So, I mean, it meets the criteria for an area of need of redevelopment. without even tying its shoes and leaving the house. It's that easy. It's that much of a layup for that. There's been no discussion about a pilot or anything like that. If that happens, then as our attorney said, it comes in front of the public for consideration publicly, as it always has.
Okay.
And to get back to Mr. Clark and your question, was because I attended that meeting where the developer presented and wanted the input of the neighborhood, worked with the closest neighborhood, and they did repeatedly state that they would not be requesting a pilot, that it was high-end condominiums, okay? Good.
Nick Homiak from Lake Hiawatha. I don't understand what happened to ordinance 2025-09. I thought that was supposed to be part of the infrastructure. And I was interested, never got an answer, the $850,000 for the storm drains, where that effort was going to be applied exactly in the town for that component of it, but I'm surprised it's not on here. I happened to go on the website to look at the agenda, and there's a program on there, CDBG, for seniors and all. Well, I Googled some investigation. Apparently, the big beautiful bill is cutting funding for all that. So it looks like that it's like it's not gonna go anywhere. So maybe you should consider taking it off the website, because it looks like the Republican the MAGA people killed it. So, I was kind of, a lot of things are going to be happening like that. And I'd like to say a word about the green acres down there by the knoll, the 334.58 acres. A lot of it is not being taken care of. And right now we're having the invasive plants. You got barberry up the gazoo down there, and now the knotweed is taken over. I adopted that area 11 years ago, and the impact from the invasives is getting worse and worse. So somehow they should invest some money from that utility to try to enhance that landscape and do some invasive curtailments. There are some unique plants that still exist there in that buffer between the golf course and Greenbank Road. You got Jack in the Pulpit and a couple other native plants, but if we don't do anything about the invasives, that whole integrity of that landscape that we were entrusted to keep under the Green Acres, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. So besides the large litter and impact, the invasive plants are going to, it's just not going to be the same anymore. So if there's some kind of a program that we can implement through the Parks and Forestry or a contractor to look into that, I appreciate it if you guys can look into it further. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Nick?
Tony Fasano, Sedgefield. Paul, I spoke to some of our neighbors. We're actually, some of us are against the building number 4 and building number 2. So I'll bring that up in my comments. Rosie will type up all these notes and then hand them to you. Our township policies against the Constitution, it's in Article 6. Mike can probably explain it a lot more. I suggest we change it to helping all agencies, local, state, and federal. That means ICE also. We gave that out. As far as truckers being pulled over, there's an English thing it was announced today. You must be fluent in English and you must be able to pass a writing test in English. In the state of New Jersey, the American Transportation Truckers Association is taking all states to court. They have found multiple illegal CDLs. There were actually over 3,000 illegal CDLs issued in this state. They were paid at $3,000 apiece. There are also 300,000 driver's licenses that have the same 50 social security numbers. So be prepared for a lawsuit. Florida State Governor's already taken care of it. He's already locked up 42 of his regional DMVs because it's a state crime and a federal crime. Affordable housing. One of our issues that we can turn around and get is a loophole. It's been tested by the Supreme Court because I checked with 2 of Jack Citarelli's opponents. Not too many people are aware of the 400 square foot rule. All we have to do is supply 400 square foot, a separate door, a bathroom, a bed, and a kitchen. That's it. Other towns, they're saying, go ahead, take down your office building because they're taking over the property under eminent domain and building tiny houses, which is a lot less for the town in the long run. Because our educational cost per year, just doing 56,000 a year, we're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of about $25 million added to the school budget. And that's only building. Now, if Embassy Suites is moving, a lot of their stuff there puts us ahead of the game. We can buy that. If not, especially with the article, I spoke to this, since I didn't get any phone calls back, I spoke to this young lady, which you'll know about. Name's I spoke to her, to her staff people. She's the new New Jersey federal attorney general. So if you get phone calls, I'm the one who initiated it. So I'm telling everybody right here, right now, publicly.
Why would she call us?
Why? Because we're in violation of ICE rule. And people, several mayors that are turning around objecting to the ICE and blocking ICE people from being locked up, they're going to jail.
Welcome to the United States.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Legally.
No. Jesus Christ.
Good evening, everybody. Consolation to Justin Masala for losing the primary. Congratulations to Frank, Jamie Barbario, and Jigar Shah. I'm here to talk about, my name is Damon Sharma. I'm here to talk about Glenmont Commons, pending issue of the degrading road and the park space, actually, overgrown grass. What's the plan to take care of that? And do we have any update about the road? Any kind of negotiation going on? If you have an update for us, appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure. So we had our 4th, I think, mediation session today with the developer and the homeowners association's attorney. They've made some offers. I think we're close. You know, I think we'll have some good news. This has taken a long time, but I think we'll have some good news in the next week. With regard to the lot, the developer refuses to allow the township to do any environmental testing on that piece of property. And that's the first time in 36 years of practicing law that I've had somebody not allow you to do environmental testing. So that leads me to believe they believe there's some issue there. So we'll see if we can work that out as part of the litigation. But that situation has been like that for quite some time.
Any other member from public? Okay, seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public session, please.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, I'd just like to ask council to quickly review the items on the consent agenda and the approval of minutes to be voted on at the next meeting. Seeing there are no questions or concerns, we're going to go ahead and move on to presentations and reports. Mayor?
Thank you, Colette. As we head into the heart of the summer, wrong glasses, sorry. Well, that's better. As we head into the heart of the summer, Parsippany is buzzing with so many ways to celebrate our great country and enjoy the many opportunities to connect with our incredible community. Whether you're planning a little well-deserved relaxation or looking for a memorable staycation, everything you need is right here in Parsippany. From relaxing afternoons at the farmer's market to a fun-filled movie nights, there are countless ways to explore, connect, and celebrate, many of them at no cost. So I'm going to go on to just what has passed. I'm going to go into the housing update first. As you know, on Wednesday, June 25th, the planning board unanimously adopted Parsippany's 2025 housing element and fair share plan, confirming our compliance with New Jersey's affordable housing mandates for the next decade. New Jersey's fourth round housing element and fair share plan is a state mandated process that requires every municipality to plan and provide realistic opportunities for affordable housing. Compliance is not optional. Towns that fail to comply risk costly, time-consuming legal battles, including builders' remedial lawsuits that can result in unplanned high-density development beyond local control. While I remain strongly opposed to these unfunded mandates that force municipalities to increase development and population without financial support to expand infrastructure, leadership means balancing compliance with advocating for change. Parsippany has joined 27 other New Jersey towns in fighting for fairness, and we have successfully challenged the New Jersey Builders Association in court to reduce our obligation. This plan protects us from lawsuits and forced rezonings while allowing us to plan growth thoughtfully, preserve neighborhoods' character, and avoid unnecessary sprawl. We are committed to defending Parsippany's interest while meeting our legal responsibilities with care, responsibility, and transparency. And that's it on that part there. But I also want to go back to some comments that were made about the affordable housing. Tony, I heard what you had to say with regards to us purchasing property, and that's pretty cumbersome. I was an administrator in Inglewood Cliffs, and they pretty much did the same thing. And I don't even know if it's cost effective. It sounds like it would be, because you're putting everybody in one area of town. But the issue is that most of the buildings that we're discussing, that we could probably already been purchased. And I spoke to the planner, and he's going to be more clear. He's going to clarify it more on the 22nd, why some of these things are pretty difficult to do. You know, we continue to be hammered, not with affordable housing, pretty much with high-density housing that aren't for our residents, aren't for teachers that live here, aren't for people that live in this area. They're just not. And if the legislators need to really revise the affordable housing plan for towns like Parsippany, suburbia, and stuff like that, that's not happening. It's not happening at the state level. These things have been rammed down our throat. And this plan that you're looking at now wasn't really supposed to be here till later on the 26th. But they spearheaded it, they speeded it up at the legislators and the assembly, and they unanimously voted to mandate this on towns like Parsippany and 27 other towns, but a lot more than that. So,
hey, man,
as you know,
can I make one comment too? Because I know we went through some of this, Mr. Fasano, in terms of like trying to, what if we acquired Embassy Suites? And one of my questions was, if we acquired this, it made it 100% affordable for over 65. It's actually, you can't do that. It's limited to 30% of your number, and you get none of the extra credits that come along with it. So I did ask that question. I have that in email back from, I think it was Dustin or from Snikes. We've looked at some of these paths, and you're absolutely right. I think it's a great idea. Like over 65 right here, it's great. But
We can't have back and
yeah,
forth.
no, I understand. I did want to answer your question though, because it is something, obviously always ready to talk to you after the session here too about what that feedback was, but I did want to just kind of comment to what the mayor was saying. We asked these questions and they said absolutely you can't do it. It only counts for up to 30% and you lose all your bonuses, which means the way it's set up now, we're getting a lot of bonus credits that are going into account so that we don't have to go and redevelop 10 properties. So there's a lot to this, which again, it's probably one of the councils I'm least happy being on because everything I asked for is a no, but we could talk more about it after.
All right, let me just finish my report.
Sorry, just want to make sure.
No, it's okay. I listen, you're absolutely correct. Those are the conversations we had. We would lose the credit. I think we got about 124 credits, which brings our number down even further. Independence Day reflections. Independence Day is a foundational moment that reminds us of the courage and vision that built this country. From every corner of Parsippany, we've come together to honor the values that unite us: liberty, opportunity, and the enduring belief in a brighter future. I get an incredible sense of pride seeing the United States flag fly proudly from the pole at Town Hall and from so many homes and businesses around town. In a nation often divided by partisan politics, Independence Day reminds us that we are all Americans bound by common history and universal sets of rights. So on July 4th, if you were at the fireworks display at Parsippany Hills, it was a huge success. I think there was about 10,000 people there at the fireworks. We came together as neighbors and we celebrated our great nation's independence. The band Overboard, which is from Parsippany, was spectacular as they engaged with the residents. And I have to say, Gabe Naziola did a great rendition of the national anthem. So, investing in public safety. This is very important to me when I became mayor again back in 2022. Public safety continues to be one of my top priorities, not just in policy, but in practice. It was a special honor to administer the oath to 5 homegrown recruits as they begin their service to our community. Congratulations to Nathalia Geraldo Garcia, Corey Katzenberger, Gerald Breslauer, Dominic Stoll, and Brandon Giuseppe. Parsippany truly has one of the most outstanding police forces in Morris County, if not the entire state of New Jersey. I remain committed to making sure Parsippany Police Department has its staffing and support needed to continue to delivering the highest level of services and protections to everyone who lives in Parsippany, works, and visits our community. So, I was going to comment on Glenmont's comment tonight, but I spoke to the township attorney earlier, and we're still in mediation with them, and it's actually going in a positive direction. So at the next meeting, I hope we have something better to report, but I think we will. So, Council President, thank you.
Thank you.
Township Council?
I don't have any reports, but I do have some information that I'd like to share. As you know, we have an art center in Parsippany up at the Knoll. It's the Parsippany it's kind of like near Booton, Parsippany Arts Center on 1130 Knoll Road. And they're doing Diary of Anne Frank this July 18th to July 26th. And I just thought I'd share that with you. If you are interested, there is a box office contact. And maybe we can put it on the website or something? Maybe in Parsippany or on the page, the box office contacts and stuff, because I think it's a great thing in Parsippany. Do nice shows. And I guess if you look it up, you can probably find it. It's www.ticketleap, and they do one-man shows. You know, little. The people are on Booton, but in Parsippany, but they do interesting things, and these two people, Ben Meisman and Warren Moron, are taking the Diary of Anne Frank and just reviving it. I mean, it's not exactly uplifting, I know, but it would be interesting, I think. And they do things all year round. So I'm just saying, it's available, some art in our town. Check it out. Okay, that's it.
Any other member from council? Township Attorney?
No report this evening, Council President.
Business Administrator Jamie Klein?
Thank you, Council President. Just as a point of reference, the township is using its funds to purchase a piece of property to stop development, large development. And that's what Mayor proposed and talked about doing with St. Christopher's Church, which is on the agenda for the next meeting. So we're using open space funds to keep that open space. You may remember before I was here, I think it was back in 2020 or 2021 or somewhere in that area, the church was trying to sell it to a developer to develop, I think it was about 156 units over there. So that is a clear point of how this administration and this council is combating affordable housing or overdevelopment utilizing its own funds. Tonight, we have a couple of things on the agenda, and one of the more important things is we have our auditor here, Valerie Dolan from Nizavachia. Each of the council received the audit. It's a big blue book. It's a lot of work that goes into it, and by law, we have to have an independent look at our books. The auditors are here, and Valerie can go into a little bit more detail about their process, but they're here for probably about a month, just about every day. They scrub our books. They do tests of in different purchases, in different line items in our budget. And if the tests come back in a fashion that isn't to their liking, they dig deeper. It's really an important process in municipal governments, and it's one of the things that makes sure that all governments keep, the residents first. They make sure they do what they're supposed to do. This audit was completed and done in our statutory timeframe. We did what we were supposed to do. Valerie can give a better understanding of it, but there was, from when we talked about it, it was a very clean report, particularly with the municipality our size. There are no surprises, and we were in good shape when it comes to our books. Valerie, if you don't mind coming up. Thanks.
Good evening, everybody. Just to give you a few highlights, like Jamie said, yeah, we've completed our audit. And once again, you've landed yourself, and actually you're on what I would say is the right path. You have become a very strong fiscal town once again, and that constant eye on your financials has really driven it home and where we've seen you've come in the last few years. So like I want to go over a few fund balance information. Your fund balance in your current fund was just under $12 million, which is actually up another 1.7 from where we were again last year. So you are on the complete rebound. Your water utility also saw an increase in fund balance of about $900,000. Your sewer utility saw an increase of a little over $3 million, and your fund balance in the golf utility also went up $500. As a result of all of these increases in your surplus, you were able to build the budget that you were able to adopt and utilize some additional surpluses when you built that 25 budget, being in such a strong fiscal position. As Jamie said, we go through a lot of things when we do our audit, and we look at a lot of things, and we do have a few what I would refer to as small housekeeping items, just little things that we just want trued up, and there are no major recommendations in this report. So there is a corrective action plan that will be on your agenda next week, just addressing those smaller items. They're just a little bit of what we would refer to as housekeeping, nothing to be concerned about. We do have also in the report what we refer to as our suggestions to management. Those are things to look forward on instead of having recommendations in a future year. We like to tell you a little bit of things to keep an eye on. One of them is obviously federal funding. While you have a lot of federal funding, you had COVID funding and all of that, that came through. Where there's funding, there always can be additional auditors besides myself. We do review everything that you do, so you have never had a problem. But if they were to come, there's potential for an additional set of person looking at your report. Also, you have a lot of grant receivable balances and grant balances, so we always say maintain them, review them, collect them, especially in this environment where grant funds, we're not seeing as many grant funds. You want to collect everything that you can get and utilize those funds. And then lastly, you have a large capital infrastructure that we all know is going on. Parsippany is a large town. We always say, make sure you're reviewing all of your ordinances that are past 5 years. Are those projects done? Are they not done? Or can they be instead maybe repurposed into something new rather than incurring new debt? You might be able to utilize funds that you already have. And like I said, it is a great clean audit with a strong fiscal sounding board. Any questions? Wonderful. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay, I have no report. At this time, I'd like the council to quickly review the ordinance first reading to be approved at the next meeting. Moving along to the non-consent agenda, R 2025-124, authorizing purchase of one 824 Roots blower. May I please have a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion.
Second?
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. 2025-125, pertaining to participation in the cooperative purchasing of electricity and natural gas provided by the New Jersey Sustainable Energy Joint Meeting, repealing and rescinding resolution. Motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. R 2025-126, enabling energy agent and contracting for online energy purchase. Motion to approve the above resolution.
Motion?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Hernandez, seconded by Mr. Neglia. Roll call, Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
See what I did there?
Going backwards.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
And Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. Last one, R 2025-127, authorizing the contribution of property located at 249 Pomeroy in Parsippany, New Jersey, Block 37, Lot 3, Block 737, Lot 3, by Theobald Associates LLC to the redeveloper AR at Parsippany Urban Renewal LLC. Motion to approve the above resolution.
Motion?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Hernandez, seconded by Mr. Neglia. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. Approval of payroll and bills list. CFO Angelica Sabatini recommends authorization for payment. Number one, authorizes payment of the July 4th, 2025 regular miscellaneous payroll estimated at $1,650,000. And number two, payment of bills from voucher list of 7/8/25, which is $3,079,335.50. Motion to approve the authorization for payment, please.
Motion.
Second?
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. Motion to adjourn the meeting, please. Guess you don't want to go home.
Make a motion.
See, notice that the president always motions for that one. Okay. Motion made by Mr. Karifi, seconded by Mr. McGrath. Roll call. Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
We're adjourned. Have a great night, everybody.
So, I had asked a couple questions.